Alright, here's my audience. Carrie, Chris, Zach.
You gotta turn it down a little bit. There you go.
There it is.
There you go.
Jamie, George, Courtney via FaceTime, and Marissa, and myself. So, hey everybody, my name's Nick DeLuca, and today I'd like to share with you some information about Hurricane Harvey. We'll talk about damages and charitable solutions that the impact of this tumultuous event has shed on us as a nation. I'd like to start by asking if any of you have known anyone impacted by Hurricane Harvey. The chances are very high that you do. According to the United States Census Bureau, an estimated 21,967,957 people were impacted by this natural disaster. I'd also like to ask if any of you have ever heard of Burning Man. While the two are seemingly unrelated, a strange but courageous series of events has brought the two together. It all comes down to individuals that felt compelled to think outside of the box. It all comes down to a bicycle. So let's start with Burning Man. Burning Man is an arts festival in the Nevada desert. It's been going on since June 22nd, 1986, and you may have heard of it from this past year's news report where a burner decided to take his own life. Outside of that, Burning Man is a place where people go looking to experiment with a number of different things. Art and art-related productions on the most extreme scale, minimalist living, and living within the desert. Many attendees have said it's a place to go and let go and start anew. It's truly a place like no other. Physical currency, just like the American dollar, isn't used or accepted at the festival. People exchange goods and trade belongings to make it by during their time at the festival. Clothes to food, quite literally anything and everything. Burners, attendees of the festival, are encouraged to bring extra and share, but leave nothing behind. As the festival is in the middle of the desert, using bicycles is the primary way to move around. With the festival spanning over many miles, people modify their bikes to fit the art theme. With producers and organizers of Burning Man knowing this, they make it a point to have bikes available for rent for all nearly 70,000 of the attendees. Now let's talk more about hurricane damages. Let's talk about means of transportation. Kelley Blue Book, an authority in the automotive world, estimated that nearly 500,000 cars were damaged just by Hurricane Harvey. In the same article, KBB estimated those cars to be worth somewhere between 3 and 5 billion with a B dollars. While this number is tough to wrap your head around, it's even tougher for those that have lost one of those 500,000 cars. Many people aren't in a position to afford those cars without planning. According to Forbes list, in an article published January 2016, 2/3 of the American population don't have enough in savings to cover a $500 emergency. Without a car, these people can't get to their jobs. Without getting to their jobs, they have no means to start the rebuilding process and recouping all that they have lost. But how does Burning Man have anything to do with recouping the billions of dollars lost in damages? Enter Matthew Rockwell. Matthew, a contractor at Burning Man and founder of DisasterHack.com, felt called to arms. Noticing an estimated 5,000 bikes were left at Burning Man, he picked through the pile and found a few hundred that could be salvaged. A photo was posted on a social media site that went viral of the pile of bikes left over from the event. Hearing of Mr. Rockwell's idea, Meg Kine, a Nevada native, once lived and ran a bike shop in the tropical destination of Turks and Caicos, a destination that was recently destroyed by Hurricane Harvey. In an interview with BBC, Kine stated, quote, "There are parts of the island which will not have power for months. Bikes can enable somebody who may have lost their home and staying with a friend. They can get to their jobs at a resort so they can continue to make money and help rebuild their home. They can get around on a bike and get to food." End quote. While this is a small drop in the sea of cars that have been destroyed, these individuals are making a huge difference with the initiative to right their wrongs on multiple levels, recycling and cleaning up a horrible mess left in a place renowned for leaving nothing behind and giving back to those who so desperately need a helping hand. These efforts have caught wind with companies in Houston, and efforts to create a bicycle exchange program for victims of Hurricane Harvey are in effect. A Houston native told BBC, quote, "I am able to bike around town now. Slowly, things have progressed, but there's a lot to recover." End quote. As you can tell, two seemingly unrelated events have somewhat blended together. While there are still very many people in need of desperate relief, through the charitable acts of a handful of individuals, creative thinking has started to make a difference. Donating a means of transportation is a kickstart many people need in this situation. There are a number of ways to give back, so the next time you see or hear someone in need, be proactive and think about giving back.